we're trying to find the most awful spot to do our portraiture and then see if we can control the lighting with the speed lights. What I have here is we've picked this little corner of my arena, and we have got basically direct midday sun blaring down on our floor model here, and it really looks quite busy and distracting, especially with all the fence posts and all the other things that are kind of going on around. So what I'm going to do is the first shot I'm going to do is available light, so you can basically see what that looks like and what you would have to deal with if you're just shooting without any flash. The second image is with fill flash, and that fill flash is using an on-camera flash and the fill flash mode outdoors, and you'll see that it kind of evens out things just a little bit. The third one is a scenario where I have the camera that's on, or the flash that's on the camera itself, acting as a master pulse transmitter. So it's a control unit. Even though the flash goes off, it's not contributing to the exposure. It's basically telling my two off-camera flashes what to do. And so what I have here is I have two off-camera flashes on light stands. They're holding my collapsible snoots. And the snoots have the function of making sure that it gives a very nice vignetting on the model. The reason why I have two lights is because we want to have that three-dimensionality. So those two guys are on TTL mode. And you can put it on manual mode if it's very, very bright and go to a very, very high power, like 1-to-1 power, full power. The camera itself is going to be on manual mode, and manual mode is very important on the camera because you want to be able to have the full ability to change the shutter speed and the aperture throughout the range of the camera. That involves us using the high-speed sync mode. Without the high-speed sync mode, we're going to be stuck at 1/250th of a second, and in bright midday sun like this with my camera on ISO 50, I'm still going to be having probably f4, 5, 6, so it's not going to be that pretty. So, just to reiterate, number one, we're going to be able to control all of the light and the distracting background by reducing the amount of available light that's in the shot. We do that by putting the camera on manual mode. I'm going to take it all the way up to 1/8000th of a second. I'm going to take the aperture to f1.8 so that we have a nice bokeh and fall off behind the subject. And then I'm going to have the flashes, two off-camera flashes, simply doing TTL and lighting up the subject, giving three-dimensionality. Okay, so I'm going to change the ISO now all the way down here to as low as it'll go, which is ISO 50. ISO 50 is, of course, the darkest that you possibly can get, which is great because we want to exclude the background that's all the way around my model. So what I'm going to do here is at ISO 50, you'll notice that my shutter speed is, well, this is f1.8. So see, when I dial it down, I could go to f4 or 5. This isn't on preview mode, but this is 1.8. And then I could take the shutter speed and change that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's ISO. Shutter speed is this wheel right there. So you can see right there, I can take the shutter speed down. We're in manual mode, so when I take it down like that, you'll see that it blows everything out. So the first shot that I'm going to take would be 1/8000th at 1.8, and that would be with a flash off. So I'll just turn that off right now, and we'll take one photo like that, so you can kind of see what that looks like. Actually, that's really underexposed. I got my preview on, so let's go ahead and slow down that shutter speed. Right here. We'll slow it down until it looks decent, right around there. I could put this on program mode. In fact, I'll do that for you. I'll just put the camera on program mode and let it shoot like that. Okay, so that's what you would get with regular available light. So right here, I'm going to hit the function button, and you see the flash modes right there. I'll hit the center button, and you'll see all my different modes. Okay, so there's fill flash, and I'll just do one actually right now, fill flash. So you can see what that looks like. Of course, we are at 1/8000th of a second, which is too fast. We're going to take you down to something like that and do fill flash. There. Okay, that's fill flash. Let me just crank it up just a tiny bit more. 2000, 4000, right there. Now, let's go back to manual mode, like that. And the shoot guide is telling me what we're on. ISO is 50. 1/2000th of a second at 1.8. That looks nice for the background. You see how the background is perfectly blended in with the subject? Although I want that to disappear because all that stuff is too busy behind her. So we're going to hit the function button again. We're going to take it over to flash mode, which is wireless, rear wireless right there. Okay, that's wireless. And now we're going to crank that shutter speed up all the way to 8,000. Now see how dark it is? So this is what the background's going to look like. It's going to look identically like that. Very, very dark. And the minute that I hit the flash is going to light the subject, but leave the darkness the way it was. Okay, so. All right. So that's how to control light in an awful situation outdoors.